Do you want to learn how to be a pro at horse life? Well, then come with me. Hi everybody, Lavender here. So obviously you can tell I do not have my AI voice anymore. I really didn't feel the need to have my AI voice anymore. So now into the video. So if you guys want to learn how to get money or good horses or good tack for your horses or accessories like this Kelpie for example, or if you're more of a mushroom fan like myself, maybe a glow mushroom gal, or maybe you're just more on the simple side and you just like the simple Clydesdales just like me, well then you're going to want to follow along. The number one thing I always tell everybody is to save your coins. As you can see, I did save my coins. This is my current amount, and what I did to grind for all of these coins was do a bunch of catching horses, which I truly enjoy, or maybe breeding and selling some horses, which is exactly what I did. I did have 800k about maybe Saturday, but I do like to spend my money on tack sets for all of my horses, which I will be showcasing all of my Kelpies very soon, so stay tuned so you guys can see all of my Kelpies. But I'm going to be showing some good things to do so you guys can get some like instant full pots or maybe gender swap, mute slot, etc. Another thing I would recommend is doing replays, so replay missions for all horse species. I did have some heavenly stuff in the other day, but today I did have some moon accessories. As you can see here, I had a gargoyle moon saddle. You're going to find this in your quest book, and you just click and it tells you the mission. So I did replay about 4 of them today. I would also highly recommend this if you're a horse collector because you can go to this barn right next to spawn and it's a storage center. As you can tell, I've done a bunch of missions already and now I can expand more and more and have more horses. I think the max is 50 in storage. Right now I'm at 20, gonna be 25. Another thing I would recommend doing is the cosmetic contest, also known as the CC. So if you see somebody in chat looking for CCs, they're talking about cosmetic contest horses because those are high rewards and I really do enjoy those. And another one is the taming contest. Now if you catch a bunch of horses, then I would highly recommend this because you can get some really good foaling pots and a bunch of other things for it. It also really depends on what tier you get though. That I will show in a little bit, but I also wanted to show the location. So it is going to be at spawn. And so once you're there, you're going to turn around, as you can see here, and then you're going to see the store, you're going to go left. And then to the left of that is going to be your taming contest, which costs 1 grand to join, and then you got your cosmetic contest. For the taming contest, they do keep tabs on who is in the lead, and today's leader was about 9,000 something, which honestly is really great for them. But if you click on it and you enter the contest, you can see all the horses and what amount of points they give. And then if you go to rewards, you can see what you win for the certain amount of points that you get. I usually do tier 4, tier 5, and I still get really good things like the accessories and some potions and lassos, etc. So that I really do like because I can use lassos for next contest. I also really need mutation pots, so I always do this when I'm in the need of them. And then if you go to the cosmetic contest, you can see that it tells you very specific things that the horse needs to be able to enter. So I really do enjoy this though. You can also, it's the same thing, same system. And what I really like to do is get at least a 75%, and that gives you a 50% chance of a prediction full potion that I do use a lot to be able to breed very good Kelpies. And usually when I'm in the 90th percentile, I don't get one at all, so I don't even bother wasting my money on it. So as you can see here, I've already worked on the taming contest, and yes, it's a day before, but it's super easy if you have a bunch of lassos. You can get lassos from bonding with your horses or even trails or races. So as you can see here, I am working on some quests, which honestly was super fast, super easy. Last week I did get a heavenly themed hippocampus bridle and I sold it for about $200,000. Now I know some of you may think that it was overpriced, but the person really wanted the bridle, but they also wanted to donate at the same time. So technically it would be around 60 grand, maybe a little more or less. So now that we're on market, you need to know your prices. It is super important. So you can see that I'm looking around and I usually bypass a bunch of the stuff. Foaling potions are usually wanted 3 grand each. I usually buy mine 1 grand each. People don't mind because they're very easy to get. but there are also some underpriced things, and I did find a piece of equipment that I did need for one of my horses for 10 cents, which honestly was really great. I also found something that I needed for my armored void horse, and let me tell you guys, do not be shy to ask if it's for trade. I always insist on trading. I try my best not to spend on coins. I know it sounds cheap, but honestly, I really much prefer trading over buying. But we did negotiate, and it turns out that I had something that she really needed. And so we did end up trading. And when I tell you guys, trade, 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 learn your values. For example, the random wing pot usually ranges from 8 to 15 grand each. I usually sell mine for 10, so it's right in the middle-ish. Or Kelpie tack, for example, if it's themed, it's usually 5 to maybe 150 grand, depending. The most popular themes are Sakura, Void, and Heavenly. Those are the most wanted. So, as you saw in the trade, I did trade some of the Sakura socks for the Void saddle because they were almost as the same value. I'll also be coming out with a value chart, although prices are always fluctuating, so I would recommend keeping up and asking around, maybe every week or every few days. But one thing that I would highly recommend is when a new species is coming out, get the base fully white. As soon as it comes out, go ahead and do the mission and breed a pure white very, very quickly with very nice traits and sell them for about 15 to 20 grand each. It's how I grinded my 800 grand once the Clydesdales came out, and it was totally worth the time. It was probably about maybe 6 hours, but I did make 800 grand, so would recommend doing that in between days. In those 6 hours, I had split them in 2 days, so in the span of 2 days, I made 800 grand. And then if you get your themed accessories from the quest book, but that would be it for me. I hope that this kind of helped you guys in some way. Do comment below if you guys do need any more help. I'm always willing to go ahead and do one-on-one times. Just shoot me a text or comment down below your username and say I need help. Now the question of the day is, what exotic animal would you have as a pet? Mine would be, I know it's not super exotic, but I would have an elk. I love elks with a passion that I cannot explain. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for staying.